your concrete at any hour of the day, whether you're on the... Welcome to Boral Connects, a new way of doing business with Boral that has been designed to improve your customer experience while saving you valuable time. We've undertaken extensive research, interviewing customers about the highs and lows of dealing with Boral concrete. Based on this feedback, we've developed some exciting new solutions that will give you greater visibility and control over your concrete orders and deliveries. Our aim is to provide you with near real-time delivery information and transparency of your concrete orders. Placing a concrete order has never been so easy. Follow the simple prompts and order your concrete at any hour of the day. Whether you're on the job site or in the office, you now have the ability to see all current and future orders online. You can now confirm or cancel your order online without having to call our service centre. You can also see when your concrete delivery will arrive on site, which trucks are in transit, when trucks are scheduled for delivery, and be notified when your first truck is leaving the plant. Electronic dockets can be accessed as soon as your truck arrives on site. All of your docket history can be found via our Dockets dashboard, giving you the option to download in bulk or individually as a PDF or CSV file. These are just a few of the exciting new features we're offering, and there's still more to come. Signing up to Boral Connects is easy. Visit boralconnects.com.au.
Every game, an insurance claim, every investment protected and repairer selected, every rescue and every brand new, every trip and travel tip, every tradie connected and every unexpected. Every day, everything we do helps our members at home, on the road and on holidays too.
Keep on moving on.
Welcome to the 2021 WNPL Grand Final presented by Boral, and the SA Power Network's WNPL teams today are Salisbury, Inter and West Adelaide. My name's Paul Marcachetti. We're at the Summit Sport and Recreation Park, opened earlier this year at Mount Barker, a terrific venue, and my colleague Spiro Karanikos-Mimis has given it a bit of a tour, and we're going to have a quick look at that now.
Simon, welcome to Mount Barker. How's training been this week? Welcome to the beautiful Summit Sports Park here in Mount Barker. A fantastic facility, millions and millions of dollars invested. A fantastic opportunity for our game, not only for Adelaide Hills, but for the public. And check out this fantastic facility right behind me. These are the excellent bar and food facilities here at Mount Barker. Fantastic place where you can sit down and enjoy and watch the game with something to drink. Both sides available, both grounds, as you can see. It is a fantastic, fantastic facility. Lots of money invested, and we are delighted to have it for our game here in South Australia. Okay, so you've seen what the outside of this magnificent facility looks like. What about the inside? Follow me. This is what's on offer today. Down here we have 4 change rooms and 2 referee rooms, plus storage facilities for the teams that are going to be playing out of here next season. But why don't we go check out one of the change rooms? Fulham United currently playing. Let's go see what the inside of all these change rooms look like and what the big deal is about here at Mount Barker. Here we go. We've got Matty here, comms guy from FSA. He's loving it too. So you can see a spacious room. Okay, plenty of bench room, fantastic facility. And look at that space. Team's going to be loved playing out of here. A lot of amateur league teams too interested in playing here. I believe one of the teams called Summer FC, new team, they're looking to move in here too. The money invested in this has made soccer the forefront for people in the Adelaide Hills. We've got one more thing to show you. Come with me. Come on, Jaden. Come on, Matt. Let's go. You see teams getting ready. And how's this? Pitch number 2, direct access to the change rooms. Right now we have the reserves grand final between NTC and West Adelaide. Bit of an upset here, NTC up 3-1. But what a fantastic facility. It's a great little sports complex, only going to get bigger and better. And we hope that you can enjoy this grand final live with us here on NPL TV.
Good work there by Spiro. Now, just before kick-off, we had a chance to speak to the coaches, today's coaches, Simon Catanzaro of Salisbury Inter and Tracy Jenkins of West Adelaide, and here's what they had to say.
Simon, welcome to Mount Barker. How's training been this week?
Yeah, it's been really good. We freshened the girls up last week with the week off. Had a good solid hit out up here last Saturday, and the girls are ready to go.
Obviously, last time you played West Adelaide, you had a comprehensive victory. Do you think complacency might creep in a little bit today?
We've made sure it hasn't, and we've done that every year. We respect everyone we play. Each week we take 1 week at a time, and we most certainly won't be underestimating West Adelaide today, and we're giving it all we've got to try win.
How would you summarise this season for Salisbury Inter?
Well, I thought it was going to be a transition year. We've turned out, come into October now, we've won 2 trophies, so it's been more than successful. So we're really happy to be on the big stage again today. But overall, it's been a very successful year for the club.
Thanks so much for your time, Simon. Good luck in the grand final.
Thank you.
West Adelaide coach Tracy Jenkins, firstly congratulations on making the grand final. How's the week been for the players after the great win over Adelaide City in the preliminary?
Yeah, I think they're fairly calm, and we've had a good prep. They're ready. I have no doubts that they're going to give it their all, and at the end of the day, 2 good teams going out against each other, so it'll be good.
Now, I had a chance to chat to you briefly after that preliminary final, and you were very realistic about how difficult it's been playing into this season. So did you switch your focus immediately on not just the game, but how you're going to play against the team you're going to play?
Yeah, of course. You've got to prepare for that, don't you? I mean, obviously we've reviewed the footage, we've taken the players through some of the things where they're vulnerable, and sometimes where we're vulnerable as well. So obviously Inter are very good at set play, so we've done a little bit of work around that. So yeah, I think the preparation's been very good.
And have you got a sort of flexible approach to today as far as how you're going to play positionally? Have you sort of looked at any different ways of setting up your 11 and how that might change depending on the situation?
Yeah, I think you've got to look at it and say where were our weaknesses, and in fact in the first 10 to 15 minutes we were very vulnerable. So yeah, we've tightened up a little bit in the defensive area, and you'll see some changes around that as well.
West Adelaide coach Tracy Jenkins, all the best for the game.
Thank you very much.
And we thank both of the club coaches, Tracy Jenkins of West Adelaide and Simon Catanzaro of Salisbury Inter, for giving up their time earlier this afternoon to talk to us about the game. Now we're going to have a quick look at the lineups. Spiro, you're back with me, and well done on that little tour. I think you've missed your calling. That was really, really well done. Hey, what are you expecting today, just very briefly before we look at the teams?
Look, I don't think we're going to see the West Adelaide we saw a fortnight ago, Paul. Having spoken to Nicole Tilley during the week for a article that I wrote for an online publication, they're pumped and they're ready to go. So, you know, they'll have the 6-1 spanking from a couple of weeks ago ringing in their ears, and I'm expecting West Adelaide to come out firing today. Having said that, though, Salisbury Inter are a magic team, so it's never going to be an easy task for Hellas today.
Certainly, and also joining us today is Laura Stockdale. She will be on the mic very, very soon. She is, of course, doesn't need any introduction here on the local scene, a former A-League women player with Adelaide United, has won many trophies with Metro United on the local scene, including winning this very fixture last year with Metro United, in which she scored. And we look forward to having Laura very, very soon. Now, we're going to have a look at the lineups as we're closing in on just a few minutes before this match kicks off. And Salisbury Inter, it's going to be Matilda Comley in goal, and then Calder and Ryder, of course, the centre-back combination, which has been so incredibly effective for them. Mina Nishitani and Shani Tansel will be the fullbacks. Krista Pavlomanolakis, of course, will play in the number 6 position, and in midfield joining her will be Dragana Klajic and Anna Pritchard, and up forward, of course, Cote Rojas, number 7. She will be at the number 9 position of centre forward, and flanking her will be Emily Condon and Emily Hazelwood. And on the bench for Salisbury Inter, Coimsis, Carl Kahn, Angelique Vreugdenberg, Nicola Frazzetto, Mallory Mullen and Erin Hood.
Let's take a look at West Adelaide's lineup today. They have pulled a bit of a tactical surprise today. We'll go through that in a second, but in goals will be Murphy, Hodgson, Psaroulis, Haralampopoulos, and Johns will make the back 4. Atkins, Hillier, Daru and Cavino part of the midfield. Of course, we got Macri and Tilly. Of course, Hillier will lead the line. On the bench is Hall, Adamopoulos, Glynns, Burnett, Georgie Nicola, Seaton and Maura Samaro. Both teams are entering the park here, not too far away from the presentation of the officials and, of course, the national anthem. It's a beautiful facility here at Mount Barker Summit Sports Centre. Bit of an upset in the reserve grand final, which was played not that long ago. SA NTC beating West Adelaide in that one 5-1. So West Adelaide will be wanting to do a little bit better than that in the main grand final today. As we welcome Laura Stockdale to the broadcast. Laura, good afternoon.
Hi guys, afternoon. How's it going?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We are going to see a bit of a presentation now with some of the officials before the national anthem. Paul, what are you expecting from today's game?
Well, I think it's going to be a really different game to the one we said 2 weeks ago, as we saw 2 weeks ago, as you said. I expect that West Adelaide will be far more competitive. Laura Stockdale, you've played in this fixture 3 times. You've won it twice. Both times you scored. These moments now, what are you thinking when you're sort of waiting for the lineup? Do you just really want the game to start, or are you sort of just calm and collecting your thoughts?
No, definitely nervous. Always nervous at big occasions like this. It's a great day to be a part of. Yeah, definitely want the game to just get started. The whole build-up is you're always in anticipation of what's to come. It's a great day.
It is a great day, and it's a great venue and beautiful, beautiful lineup in front of us of both teams with the young kids standing in front of them. And we're just about to have the national anthem kick us off before we get to the beginning of the game. Stand by.
Australians, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with gold and silver and for toil, our hope is good by sea, our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strength and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Welcome back to the 2020 WNPL Grand Final presented by Boral. The SA Power Network's WNPL teams are Salisbury, Inter and West Adelaide. Laura Stockdale of Metro United. What I find really interesting with your Metro team this year, you're the only team that's actually beaten Salisbury Inter this year. You've beaten them twice. West Adelaide, in about half a dozen attempts in the league and the cup, they haven't managed to do it at all. So what do you think they have to do to try to turn that around? Because you might be best placed to know.
I'm not really sure. They're a very attacking side, I think, West Adelaide. So maybe, hopefully, they've done a bit of work on the defensive side coming into this game, and maybe that'll help them out. But it should be a good game. Grand final, different day, different game, so we'll see what happens.
Well, of course, you were part of a famous upset. So last year with your Metro side defeating who were the red-hot Adelaide City, so anything can happen. But Salisbury Inter have really hit the line well. They've scored 25 goals in the last 5 games, winning all of them, and that's really what it's all about. I mean, trying to get some momentum going into the game.
Yeah, definitely. They've been scoring a lot of goals lately, especially in the lead up to this, and that's going to be difficult for West Adelaide to contain, but hopefully, like I said, they've concentrated a little bit on that defensive side of their game leading into this, knowing how much Salisbury are dangerous on the attack, and so...
Well, one thing I did want to ask you, given that you've played in this fixture and lots of big fixtures before, is it... How much is it the same game you played during the year, and how much, if you can answer this question, I know it's not an easy question to answer, but how much is what you're doing on the ground and in the lead up to the game different because it's there's no tomorrow?
It's definitely a different vibe, and it's a different feeling leading up to the day, but you kind of have to try and get yourself in the mind that it is just a game at the end of the day, and try not overhype it too much and just do what you've been doing.
Laura,
when
you've played with Metro in grand finals in seasons that you've dominated in the league. How do you get into the frame set in a big game like this, not to think it's a fait accompli, that you're just going to rock up and it's going to happen for you? Salisbury have been the outstanding team all season. Is that a danger, and how do you get out of that mindset?
It's definitely a danger, but I don't think Salisbury will approach that game this way. It's a completely different day, and you know that anything can happen in football, anything can happen on the day. So, yeah, you just need to stay focused and concentrate on what the plan is and go for it.
Excellent commentary there by our special guest, Laura Stockdale, Metro Stars. I'm nervous too. Metro United, absolute legend, and we are delighted to have her here with us. Of course, Salisbury Inter is the home team, so they're wearing their traditional blue and black striped shirt, which you can see on screen with you right now, and West Adelaide are technically the away team, so they're not in their blue and white stripes. They are in an all-white kit today, and we're not too far away from kick-off. Paul Marcachetti, let's get us started for the 2021 WNPL Grand Final.
Salisbury Inter still in their huddle. They've been in it for a while. I don't think they need any motivation. This is genuinely, I know the word gets thrown about a lot, but this is genuinely a historic grand final. Neither of these sides have won the championship before, and both of these sides are looking to finish this season on a high, because Salisbury Inter are playing for the treble to become only the second team after Adelaide City in 2019 to win the premiership, the championship and the cup all in the same season. West Adelaide, they've won 1 premiership and 1 cup also, but they haven't won this fixture. Here we go. Ball out onto the left-hand side, and Clayich Pritchard will get an early touch. Nishitani for Inter, trying to find Hazelwood, and does. Hazelwood, challenged by Johns, and in the end it's just going to be an Inter throw. West, who conceded twice in the first 10 minutes 2 weeks ago when these teams met in the qualifying final, absolutely must start this game well. Until he's going to get a chance to clear now. But takes a player on and does okay, but Calder's going to be in the way. Now Rojas, is she onside? She's hooked it over to Condon. It's just run away from the Matilda, and it's a goal kick.
Bit of a tactical change today for West Adelaide too. We spoke about it with the lineups, Paul. Cavino, who'd been playing centre-back for the last couple of weeks, is slotted into the midfield. Laura John's going to left-back, and Zori Haralampopoulos to centre-back. What do you think the logic behind that is, Paul?
Well, I think they're wanting to use Cavino's defensive abilities in the midfield. It could be to just try to make sure, especially early, that these attacks get snuffed out. Here she is, Johns, on her wrong side, but it's ended up in Inter taking possession. Cerullis should clear and does. And that'll just give West a bit of relief. Here's Chantel Ryder wearing the armband for Salisbury Inter today. Nishitani long. It's holding up in the breeze, and Johns gets it forward, and chance for Hillier to put some pressure on Calder. But Calder will get the ball away. But you can see the ball is holding up quite a bit, and Inter are going to have to be conscious of that early. Tansel and Tilly. Tilly wins that battle. Tilly getting to the byline. That's a good ball. It's a goal! What a fantastic goal by Macri! What a start by West! Only after 2 minutes. Well, we said they didn't need to concede early. They really didn't need to concede early, but they've scored early. What a fantastic finish.
Great ball in by Tilly there.
I reckon it's an own goal, Paul. I reckon Nishitani got the last touch on that.
It looked like the defender got the last touch.
Well, let's have a look. Looking at the replay now. Great play by Tilly. And
yeah, it's definitely Nishitani.
He's gone off Nishitani. Good call. Well, but either way, it's 1-0. And Inter, they'll be stunned. It was really the first attack West had put together in the 3rd minute. And now West might be away again. Emily Hodgson putting in the hard yards. But Ryder will get there first. Pressure. Ryder now tries to get the ball out, but good defensive work in the middle of the park. Means it's going to be a goal kick. And, well, I know I don't want to sound, pessimistic on West's behalf, but they've played in this fixture twice before, 2017 against Adelaide City and also 2019 against Adelaide City. They scored first on both occasions, but weren't able to go on and win. But they really, really needed to score the first goal today against a team that they just haven't been able to beat this year. And Laura, where does Salisbury sit right now? Do they just need to make sure that they settle over the next few minutes, or do you think they need to try to respond as soon as possible?
It's so early in the game. I don't think they'll be too concerned right now. I mean, they've got some serious goal-scoring power, so no, I think they'll just keep doing what they've been doing. But as long as West Adelaide keep up this pressure.
Well, and they very nearly had another great attack there with Daru putting the ball out wide for Macri, but just ran on a little bit too much. But great play by Macri and Tilly. That was a fantastic ball in by Tilly. She beat Shani Tansel very, very well, and that was always going to be one of the interesting battles today, and I'm sure there's going to be a bit more playing out and on the attacking left for West Adelaide between those two. But and then Macri's pressure really meant that, well, if it did come off Nishitani, she really couldn't have done much else, the West Adelaide defender.
Yeah, when you put balls into the box like that, it's always dangerous in that.
Saroulis with a long ball forward. Picked up by Daru. She was excellent last week in that 4-0 win over Adelaide City. Here's Hillier now, taken off her feet by Pritchard. And we neglected to mention at the in the intro just how strong of a breeze it is here at Summit Sport Recreation Park. And you might be able to just see the corner flag in the distance there. Probably hearing the effects mic now too, just how breezy it is here. So West Adelaide do have a strong advantage with that breeze.
Yeah, and they definitely need to take advantage of that in the first half.
Here's Tilly. Macri now, dangerous position. Is that a handball? Referee says play on. Hodgson now getting forward, stretching Condon. Great cross in, Hillier. Salisbury under immense pressure early. Condon. That'll be another throw-in for West Adelaide. And Jenkins there, you can just see in the corner of the screen. She's delighted with the start here West Adelaide put in. That was a great cross by Hodgson. And Shitani got the unfortunate last touch. It's now with Saroulis, Carolyn Bopoulos, sluck into centre-back today. And I also wonder, Paul, whether the idea is to get Johns on Hazelwood because of the pace as well.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, well, I'll just call this play and I'll tell you before I tell you about another change I've seen.
Here's Rojas in front of the Interfaithful, cuts out. Cavino and Harold Bopoulos, and enough pressure put on, and that's comfortable for Murphy in goal.
So it looks like at times Saroulis also goes to right back. Cavino drops into centre back and is pushing Hodgson forward, and I can see the logic behind that. They want to use Hodgson's pace to stretch the Inter defence as much as they can, because as strong as Inter's defence is, it's not the quickest, and Tracy Jenkins obviously thinks she might be able to exploit that.
Here's Pritchard. They can't afford to give Pritchard, Pablo Manolakis and Clage time on the ball, West Adelaide, and so far they've been immense in their press and their pressure. Alan Populus down the line, cut out by Tansel. Rojas now. Code Rojas. And there it is, 2 or 3 straight away, seeking a free kick, and the referee says, get up, let's play on. Nicole Tilley now cuts inside on Tansel. Superb work here by Nicole Tilley. She's up for it today. Well blocked by Tansel. Excellent defender in her own right. Hillier turns Pablo Manolakis really well, but Christa gets back, and now Pritchard looking to break. And decided there was no advantage in the free kick. And he's back for a into ball. And this is Tilley. That's comfortable for Comley. And I tell you what, folks, Nicole Tilley, she's not going to leave anything to the imagination today. She's going to leave it all out there, I think.
Well, she's probably one of the players, it's going to be a free kick, who has been runners-up in about 6 ways. Finalist, twice beaten grand finalist, twice runners-up in the premiership. Nicole Tilley wants to win today.
What you missed there, folks, was just a foul from Klajic on the West Adelaide midfielder. I think it was Atkins, and West have a free kick. Now, usually you'd say...
Tilley will line up for this one.
Yeah, usually you'd say maybe a bit too far, but Nicole Tilley likes to hit him, and with the breeze behind her, I reckon she's thinking top corner, top bins here. Let's see what Nicole Tilley does. Tilley into the wall. Should be disappointed with that. Atkins looking to swing it in. Should be cut out by Pritchard. But again, Nicole Tilley's there again. Superb. Atkins down the line. Hodgson looking for Macri. But Ryder should see that out for a goal kick for Salisbury Inter.
Laura, an incredible first 10 minutes just flown by. And West, I think, have done what they've done with the pressure. But can you see anything from a tactical point of view that might have sort of changed the balance to what's been happening normally when these two teams have played?
I think it looks like they're lining up with 5 at the back at times. So defensively, they've got a definitive plan when it comes to that. And like you said, trying to get...
Just bear with me for a second, because Hazelwood's just onto this, but Murphy takes the ball safely. Go ahead, Laura.
Trying to get crosses in from both sides too, and just get those dangerous balls into the box. Tilley's seeing a lot of the ball on the left-hand side at the minute, and she's definitely winning that battle. So I think it's just about winning your battles all over the field, and at the minute, West Adelaide are doing that for me. Yeah,
and given the way that West have changed the way they've set themselves up, it will certainly that's going to be a free kick given away by Mina Nishitani. It's certainly going to be something for Simon Catanzaro to think about. I mean, he's hardly put a foot wrong all year. You know, Salisbury Inter, they've played, 26 games this year, only lost twice. They've won the 2 trophies on offer so far. And as we said, 25 goals in winning their last 5 games coming into this. So they just could not be in hotter form. But right now, he's got a little bit of thinking to do. Plenty of time to go, of course. And it's Hodgson with the throw on the right-hand side for West Adelaide. Nishitani's going to win that, but it'll give West another throw in front of the Green Play Australia scoreboard, which shows Salisbury into 0, West Adelaide 1, and the Green Play Australia time clock. We've played 12 minutes of the 2021 WNPL Grand Final presented by Boral. Klajc gets the ball. Nowhere to go. Turns back. Ryder now. Calder. Tries to get Hazelwood through, but that's gone very wide. Of course, we talk about how a lot of these West players, not just Tilly, have, you know, fallen short just, or nutmeg there by Pritchard on Atkins. But that's going to be Ciroulis's. Back to Tansel. Now, Rojas is onside. Cote Rojas has a chance with a chip. It's gone over. But, that little quick turnover provided an opportunity. Let's look at the replay there. She just beat the offside trap. Great little ball in by Shani Tansel. That was perfectly weighted. But Rojas's chip was just a bit high. Oh, and Emily Condon's won the ball in a dangerous position. Rojas is in the middle, but it might fall to Atkins. Daru, can they clear the danger now? Hodgson, they've just about done enough. Hillier, it's going to be a throw to Inter.
I think Sienna Cavino's role today is just stay on Cote Rojas.
Yeah, definitely. I think in the 5 in the back, she's obviously, that's what she's there for. That's her role. It looks that way.
I reckon if Rojas went to left back, I reckon Cavino would follow her. So
yeah.
I would say so.
Definitely good call, Spiro. Throw in on West's right. Beautiful setting here in Mount Barker. Here's Rojas.
Chips and gravy weren't bad either.
Getting down the left-hand side. There's a lot of white shirts between her. So Condon receives. Good play, Emily Condon. She might get a shot in. Hazelwood. Pritchard tried to put Klajc through, but the white shirts were just there in good numbers. Tansel.
Well done.
Oh, Tilly's intercepted her again, and she's on today, Nicole Tilly. Gets the 1-2 with Hillier. Nicole Tilly just tried. Oh, it's got... Ryder nearly made the error, and it could have run through for Macri, but Nishitani was able to clear the danger. Tansel. She's hit the ball straight into Daru. And Daru might keep it in. She does. Maddie Daru's continuing on. Klajc. Pritchard. And now there might be a counter if Pritchard can get the ball out to the left where Condon is. But that's going to be Murphy's. And she can just let the ball roll to her.
So far, so good for West Adelaide Hellas. 1-0 up. Early goal. It was an own goal off Mina Nishitani. They didn't really have much of the play until that goal, but since then, they've probably won this on points. Quick free kick taken by Nishitani for the offside. Condon, who opened the scoring last time these two teams played. Pablo Manolakos to Hazelwood. Tassie, as she's known to her teammates. But West Adelaide again defending really well. Hodgson, only as far as Calder, and Calder's got it to the feet of Condon. And Condon's played through Rojas, who's offside. And that's what Cote Rojas loves. She just sits on the shoulder of the last defender, and she might get caught offside 2 or 3 times a game, but eventually she'll get through. And she's lethal, one-on-one Rojas. Something astronomical, like 33 goals in 24 games in all competitions this season, including Cup and Finals. It's an astronomical figure. Of course, she's going to be playing for Sydney FC in the upcoming A-League Women season. She was with Adelaide United last season. There'll be another throw-in for West. And I don't say this with any particular comfort, Paul, but I haven't seen Salisbury Inter feel this under pressure in a long time. The last sort of couple of weeks before the season finished, and obviously that 6-1 win against West a fortnight ago, they just seemed to be comfortable. But today they're really sort of in for a game, and West giving it everything. Here is Tilly. Well cut out That was Hazelwood getting back. That's too much for Johns. I just wonder if Salisbury Inter are a bit shell-shocked by just how much West Adelaide are pressing and putting pressure on and not giving them the space and time they're probably used to.
I think the wind is playing a part as well. They're going to have to ride this wave in the first half a little bit of going against the wind. But you're right, West Adelaide are putting a lot of pressure on them also.
Nishitani over the top looking for Rojas. Saroulis is covering. And Murphy should clear.
So I think Rojas has worked out that Cavino's following her everywhere, and just see what she just did there was come into more of a number 10 spot and then try to get the return pass by running back around her. It's going to be a fascinating battle, I reckon. But Cavino played pretty well against her 2 weeks ago, but only after the horse had bolted. So it's going to be a different circumstance now with Inter coming at West Hard.
Nishitani, 1-2 with Condon. Nishitani's kept that in, but in an attempt to just sort of get the ball forward and avoid the throw-in, she's overcooked it and it's gone for a goal kick. And West Adelaide are choosing the short goal kick even with this strong breeze, so they want to play out. They've obviously worked on some tactics on how to try and break down Inter, and here's Harold Popoulos picking up the ball at the top of the box. Atkins has done well to get that, and Laura Johns and the crowd sounds their appreciation too. Laura Johns down the line looking for Macri. It's cut out by Calder. Conley with a long clearance, but again, just holds up. Atkins and Hazelwood going at it right in front of us here. And that'll be a West Adelaide throw-in. Hazelwood wasn't happy. It's definitely the right decision by the assistant referee. Ilya, Macri. Atkins now. Hodgson overlapping. Daru's done really well. Atkins and Johns. Back to Atkins, who's been giving plenty of space in the middle. Can Saroulis get a wide to Hodgson? She can. And can Hodgson swing one in? She's done exceptionally well there, Hodgson, to win a corner. It looked like the ball from Saroulis was too strong, but Hodgson never gave up on it and ended up winning a corner for West Adelaide. And they are playing superbly. Quick short corner taken. Hodgson now swings it in, non-preferred left. It's comfortable for Inter. Carolyn Popoulos oversteps it, and here's Rojas. She'll look up and she'll see 3 West players around her, including Cavino, who's stuck to her today. And I think just too much in the end for Inter, but given away. Here's Pritchard. Having to play it out. Hazelwood. Cuts inside. Looking to play the through ball. Almost getting it to Clage. And that's Clage's bread and butter too, those late runs into the box. She loves those. But West looking to break quickly. And here's Nicole Tilley now. Chantel Ryder trying to close her down. Tilley swings it in first time. Hillier! And West Adelaide will feel that maybe, just maybe, they should have got at least a shot on target there.
How about Hodgson bursting out of defence there and with putting on the pace, and a perfect ball for Tilley, and then a great effort by Tilley. Might have come off Calder's hand, but don't think you can give those. Oh, and Rojas is in here from a West Adelaide deflection. Cote Rojas. Cavino has just absolutely mown her down and won the free kick.
Great recovery there.
I wonder if they did speed tests during the week. Who's the quickest? Sienna, you're up.
Well, to be honest, I'd be amazed if she was as fast as Hodgson or Johns, who are just absolute speedsters. But, well, she's got plenty of toe, as we saw just there. Murphy now. It's a good flick on by Macri, but Calder. It should be Harold Popoulos. She's under pressure. Just squeezed it out to Johns. She's under pressure from Hazelwood. Hazelwood's done well here. Hazelwood has Condon in the middle. Emily didn't quite get there, and it's going to be a West Adelaide throw. And this is the thing with Salisbury Inter. And just like, I guess, the Adelaide City teams we've looked at in the last 3 or 4 years that have been so hard to beat, even when they look like they're nowhere near in the shape to score a goal. They can just pull something out of nothing. You have to be on your guard for 90 minutes against Inter. West Adelaide so far have done a pretty good job of that. Here's Macri. She's swapped with Tilly. Macri gets inside Tansel. Still Macri. Gets the ball in. Free kick. And
I think it's a goal kick, Paul.
Goal kick, thank you. It's been a tough start for Shani Tansel. She's been put under a huge amount of pressure by first Tilly and now Macri. And she's a pretty tough customer and has had a very good season. I'm sure she'll bounce back, but right now she's had a very, very tough opening half of the first half. We've played 23 minutes on the Green Play Australia time clock, and the Green Play Australia scoreboard shows that the WNPL teams for today, the SA Power Networks WNPL teams, Salisbury Inter and West Adelaide, are currently at 0-1. Salisbury Inter 0, West Adelaide 1. Throw in for Laura Johns. Havila Manolakis has a bit of space, but probably not the best first touch in that situation. Now West have it through Atkins, under pressure. Cavino needs to get the ball out and does. Here's Ryder. Yeah, we were talking about a lot of West players who've missed out on trophies narrowly over the years. There's plenty in this Inter team that have as well. And they've picked up 2 this year, but not a lot of them have been in a team that's won a championship before. Here's Condon. Does well up the wing to Rojas. Well done, Atkins. Throw in by Nishitani.
Of course, Paul, the 2021 WNPL Grand Final was presented by Boral, but we should acknowledge 2 great supporters of women's football in SA. RAA, Kicking Goals, get an award-winning RAA insurance quote today. And of course, SA Power Networks, empowering women's sport, proud supporters of the WNPLSA. Nishitani, long ball. Worried Murphy a little bit, she's got a touch to it. I think her face says it all. That's going to be a corner. Yep. Murphy, I don't think she'd be that good in the game of poker. She gave it away there.
I think with the wind holding it up, I think she was just trying to work out whether she should let it go or take the touch. And
yeah, you see.
I think she was just caught in 2 minds, really.
See on the replay there, just a little bit of uncertainty. And that probably cost her in the end. And this is a bonus corner here for Salisbury Inter.
And this has been definite strength of theirs throughout the season, set players.
Absolutely. If you're watching the WNPL for the first time, they'll bunch up in the front post, Salisbury Inter, and they'll just dink it right in there and cause mayhem. They scored from it last time. They played West. There it is. Calder all the way back to Klajic. Well done by Hodgson.
They've got to put a player, surely, West, in front, because Pritchard was the first player to in line of the corner, and you don't want to give her the flick on.
No. And that's how Pritchard scored last time against West, that flick on and just over the back of Murphy in goal and into the top corner. Nishitani now on her right foot. Dinked in, worrying. Is it a goal for Inter? It is! It's that set piece again for Salisbury Inter. They execute it superbly every single time. And it looks like the congratulations are going to Dragana Klajic. We said they just drop it into that front post and cause mayhem. And they execute it beautifully. Right. It is Dragana Klajic with the last one. No, that looks like it's, in fact it is, it's Hazelwood. Just getting confirmation there, sneaking in at the back post.
A lot of bodies in there.
Yeah, the last touch was
Hazelwood.
Hazelwood. Yeah. And they don't just make it hard for the opposition teams, they make it hard for commentators too, Salisbury Inter. But it is 1-1 here in the 2021 WNPL Grand Final. And it's that set piece, that corner. which has given teams so many headaches this season. And it's brought Salisbury back into this game. And really, that first corner they got from Murphy's indecision. We spoke about it being a bonus corner and how much Inter can execute their set pieces so well. It wasn't the first one, but of course the second one, which got the equaliser. Can West reassert their dominance because they've definitely been the better team this half? Cavino on Rojas again. She's done superbly, Sienna Cavino. Well, that's a heavy bump. And Dragana Klajic just letting Sienna Cavino know, we know what you're up to with Rojas. We got her back. And here's Klajic. It's not that one. It's this one here. Oh, yes. Some might say good body work, but I think when you sort of take your attention away from the ball and go straight for the player.
I think seeing that she could do it right in front of the West bench was probably extra motivation as well.
100% right, Paul. Swung in. Hodgson. Great clearance by Calder. That'll be a throw in for Hodgson. Right in front of the Boral sign there. Great supporters of football here in SA. SA Power Networks and RAA. Here's Emily Condon. The one cap Matilda. Switching it for Hazelwood, the goal scorer. It's been excellent this season, Hazelwood. Got Harlan Populus there. Decides to go to Tansel. Tansel now. And that might be another corner. And it will be another corner for Salisbury Inter. And Laura, surely teams have talked about these set pieces by Inter. How do you counter them?
It is difficult. You try and do everything you can to not concede a corner against Salisbury Inter. I think that would be your first plan. So they'll be very disappointed with the way they conceded the last goal. So I mean, but they've been doing it all year, so you can review the tape and try and come up with a plan against it.
Here we go, front post again. Swung in by Condon. Danger, corner off the bar. Oh, well done, Murphy. That's a great recovery from Murphy. She looked like she was stranded, but she's done well to get her on the second attempt. And once again, Inter's set piece is deadly. And Nicole Calder's initial header coming off the bar, as you'll just see now. And Murphy's done really well there, right on the line. Back to live play, and Inter again pushing forward. Here's Hazelwood. And well cut out by Harlan Populus. It's good body work. The referee's seen it differently and decided to give a free kick to Salisbury Inter. And just to fill in the last few minutes, Paul, that the game has swung a little bit of momentum towards Inter's way.
Yeah, definitely. Laura, I'm just wondering, from I guess if you look at it from West's point of view, you know, they've started really well, but now they've had the setback. So do you change anything, or do you just say, well, look, what we were doing was kind of working pretty well?
No, I think what they were doing was working pretty well, so I think they just need to settle themselves again and try and get back into the game and ride this little wave of attack from Salisbury Inter. And I think, again, obviously their set pieces have helped swing the game a little bit.
And West have got the numbers back there to deal with that one from Nishitani. But Hazelwood got hold of that okay. It's easy enough in the end for Murphy, who I think will be relieved to have prevented that last effort, given that the series of corners that led to the goal was as a result of an error by her, which she will hope does not prove to be costly in the final analysis. Here's Pavla Manolakis, well intercepted by Atkins. Macri holds on well. Daru probably should have given her a little bit more width. And in the end, Macri's been dispossessed by Hazelwood, and great work, as Laura said. Now it's Cavino against Murphy's going to get there first. Cavino would have probably won the race against Rojas anyway, who's, I think, not enjoying the attentions of Cavino because she's trying to influence the referee on some of the body work that's been going on. That's, well, I thought there was a bit of a tug on Tilly there, and
yeah, definitely
referee
a pull on
agrees.
the shirt there. She might have gotten away with one there.
Do you reckon Rojas has much success in influencing refs when she has a few
She's quite vocal,
little chats with them?
No, I don't think so.
Here's a great run by Hodgson, and in the end, Comley had to make sure she was in absolutely the right position then, which she was.
I just wonder if part of the tactic today was to get Hodgson sort of trying to stretch Condon too. Obviously, Hodgson is much quicker than Condon, and they've tried to really exploit that quite frequently, West, and they've had some success, don't you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. Hodgson has definitely got into some good positions on more than one occasion. Now here's Harold Ampopoulos. Got a bit of pocket of space. Macri. Daru. Good play. Still going Daru. And she'll win a free kick there. She's gotten past 3 and Calder just bundled it over, and this could be a promising little position here. Just looking at the replay there, some good skills by Maddie Daru. So in the end,
Body check.
bit of a check there by Calder to get the free. Now Tilly. This is an interesting position because she could hit it with her right, she could try to put it on someone's head or go direct, and you've got Laura Johns who might swing with your left. So options here, or they could put Laura down the line. Is that what they're going to do?
Looks like Tilly. Sure.
Tilly. No, well, unfortunately for West, that sort of ended up in that halfway position between getting onto someone's head and going for goal. So no damage done to Inter. Aiming to do the treble. Premiership, Cup and Championship. And both of these teams looking to be champions of South Australia for the first time. It's going to be the first time for 13 years that we're going to have a champion that isn't Adelaide City or your Metro United, Laura.
Yes, it definitely makes it exciting this year for a new club to be taking that title. New venue, new clubs.
Yeah, no, I did say before, it genuinely is a historic occasion, this one. Where we are, new venue, fantastic, and 2 teams with it all to play for, trying to reach the summit at the summit. Rojas. It's going to be a goal kick. And I reckon these next 10 minutes are going to be incredibly important for West. They're going to be kicking into the strong breeze in the second half, so they definitely need to be going into the halftime break, psychologically anyway, I think, level or in front.
Yeah, I think they definitely need to look to get on top of the game in this next 10 minutes, because it's going to be tough with Salisbury Inter's attack in the second half and the wind behind them.
Calder. It's going to be another throw.
You didn't say up there at the summit, did you? Down there at the... Last time you called me out for the summit, down,
you
up.
said down at the summit, and I pulled you up, and rightly so. Here's Atkins. Page does well. Calder. Now, can Rojas get onto that? There's a bit of tug, but good turn by Daru. Now, Hillier tries to put through Tilly. She might have put a bit much on that, though. It's going to be a goal kick.
Right idea, just a bit too much on that ball.
36 minute here at the Summit Sport and Recreation Centre in Mount Barker. Fantastic facility, 2 synthetic pitches. We're playing on the main one for this WNPL Grand Final. Salisbury Inter 1, West Adelaide 1. It's been a cracking contest so far, and really you wouldn't expect anything different from the best 2 teams all year. First and second in the table, these 2. Here's Hazelwood. She's on the score sheet already. Cuts in beautifully. On the left, probably the wrong option in the end to shoot. Atkins to Daru. Daru switches it to Macri, who's pushed back out onto the right. Inside to Christy Hillier. Back to Macri. Too much on it in the end from Christy Hillier. And Tilly and Macri just interchanging quite a bit. Just keeping Salisbury into guessing. And sometimes we even see Laura Johns moving into the attacking 3. And just to see if Condon can get onto this. She keeps it in. Well done, Condon. Looking to switch it onto her right foot.
Well, Laura Johns has 4 goals in her last 5 games for West and got 2 in the preliminary final. So that's definitely an option that can get used.
They have done it before, but she's playing left back today, and I think she's been given the job of trying to keep Hazelwood quiet. There's that wind again. You can just hear how strong it is here at the summit. Here's Hodgson, who's been immense for West this half, getting forward continuously. He's the Adelaide United fullback. She'll be back there again this A-League women's season. She's got a 2-year contract. It's wasteful by West, though. And I think as we sort of count down the minutes to half-time, I think Salisbury Inter will be the happier of the two teams, simply because West dominated for so long, and if the score remains as it is, Inter will see that as a massive win, because West Adelaide Hellas have been immense this half and probably could have at least had one more. They've kept Comley and Calder and Ryder and Tansel and Nishitani really busy. We haven't said that too often for Salisbury Inter this season. Here's Hillier. Leads the line superbly for West. Daru to Atkins. Hodgson now, trying to get down the line again. Oh, she's fouled Nishitani. She might see herself in the book here, Emily Hodgson. That was a bit late. Looks like she'll just get off with a warning. See the replay here. She heavy touch. There's that one there that just gets away from her. She's very late, Nishitani. I respectfully think she's lucky not to see a caution there. Here is Ryder. The pass to Condon was a good one, but Condon looking for Nishitani's run. Just not working out there for the overlapping fullback. And West Adelaide will take a throw right in front of the Salisbury Inter faithful. Good afternoon to all our Chilean friends watching on our Facebook live stream. Here supporting Rojas. Inter playing interchanging it. Here is Rojas. Is she offside? No, she's not. Camino staying with Rojas. Rojas falling down. But again, that is absolutely right, Laura. Superb defending by Sienna Cavino. And I haven't seen Kote Rojas this quiet in a half of football in a very long time. Sienna Cavino's been superb on her.
Not since last year's preliminary final against Metro United, I'd say.
I think that's a fair statement.
I'll agree.
Taken by Johns. Hillier. Had someone come up to me and asked me whether Nicole Tilly and Christy Hillier are sisters. I said, I don't think they're related, but they look very similar.
Believe it or not, they work together as well.
Macri. Well cut out by Nishitani, and Inter looking to break now. Here's Condon. Condon looking to play Rojas. Cavino. And Cavino's won the foul. And right now, Sienna Cavino.
She's winning the battle.
Absolutely winning the battle.
Might not win the war, but so far she is winning the battle with Kote Rojas, who is definitely flustered at the moment with the way Sienna Cavino is so tight on her. Johns. There's Harold Populous. And Daru has been getting lots of space. Hillier. Oh, that's just run too far, and Klejc has done well here and just got a little bit too heavy a touch. Ran away from Condon. Now, is this a chance for Macri to run on? Of course, on the synthetic, the ball runs quite a bit. No chances taken by Ryder. Nishitani. It's a good ball for Klejc. She's got space. Oh, great tackle. Well read, Saroulis. She probably tried a bit much, though, in the end, and it's come back to Klejc off Nishitani's touch. Saroulis comes back. This game's being played for real. It was always going to be. Daru. Saroulis to She was looking for the run from Macri, which never came. Are you surprised, Laura? I feel like West are getting a lot of space in midfield, and maybe whether it's their hard work or Inter need to just lift their defensive work a little bit in midfield, but are you surprised by how that's played out so far?
Yeah, a little bit. I think the three in the middle of the park for West Adelaide have been able to combine really well, and they've had quite a bit of space, and they've switched the play quite a few times, so that's definitely something Salisbury should look at half-time.
Yeah, one of my big memories of the qualifying final 2 weeks ago, in which Salisbury just dismantled West 5-0 in the first half, was that the West players were like statues for a lot of the game. And I remember seeing Emily Hodgson bringing the ball out of right back, and she's just trying so hard to get some movement ahead of her, you know, gesticulating to players, and they were all just very static. But not today. They're moving.
Yep, they're definitely moving and combining well in there too.
Calder's going to get a free kick for the foul on Hazelwood. It's a good play by Hazelwood. She had 4 white shirts around her in one way or another, but managed to draw the free kick. Ryder. Great distributor of the ball, and that's no exception to Hazelwood. Brings the ball inside. Good ball for Klage. Klage has a chance now. Well done, Saroulis, and will it be kept in? Oh. Unlucky for Murphy. She tried very hard after the deflection, but it's going to be one of those very hard to defend. And Salisbury into corners.
The worst part of the game as well, right before the end of the first half. You don't want to concede right now if you're West Adelaide.
No, they absolutely will not want to go in behind. Well, they've seen enough of these corners in this game. If not the season, can they keep it out? Here comes Emily Condon's left foot delivery. It's a good one, and well won by Tilly. I'm not sure that she was favourite to get that one, but she got up brilliantly. And Rojas is going to be crowded out there, and West have the chance to get away. Oh, and nearly a little bit of space, but it's come to Calder. Tries to put it back through to Rojas, but that's come to Tilly, who's also got space. Now, is that the ball to get through? Tansel got an important foot in there. Well done, Shani Tansel. Good touch by Klage to Pritchard. Tries to put through Hazelwood. Hazelwood. Been impressive in this first half. There's lots of West shirts around her, but she's still got it through to Rojas. Rojas back to goal. Pritchard to measure one up. That's Murphy's. And on the Green Play Australia scoreboard, it's Salisbury into 1, West Adelaide 1, and the Green Play Australia time clock is ticking towards the 45-minute mark. We haven't had many interruptions, so I think it'll be 1 minute maximum if there's any added time at all in the 2021 WNPL Grand Final presented by Boral. Hodgson tries to swing it in, but it's been well dealt with by Calder. Johns will get there first now. Laura Johns. Hazelwood's tracked her back well and wins the ball, but it's going to be a West throw. There is only going to be 1 extra minute. And will we see any late drama in this first half, or are the scores going to stay locked at half-time? Now, Tilly trying to put pressure on, but Pavla Manolakis got the ball away. Good tackling by Rojas. But it's well won by Daru. Oh, and again.
Great ball into the back post.
Yeah. Just needed Macri to be a bit deeper. Thoughts on this first half, Laura?
I think West Adelaide started very strong. They were switching the play well. They were putting Salisbury under a lot of pressure, but I think coming into the second half, we'll probably see a completely different game from Salisbury Inter. We know they like that long ball, and they're going to get the chance to play that long ball with the wind behind them in the second half.
Thank you, Laura Stockdale, Metro United star. Great to have you on board in the coverage of the 2021 WNPL Grand Final presented by Boral. The SA Power Network's WNPL team, Salisbury Inter and West Adelaide, are locked at 1-1. Now, we're going to go down to Spiro, who has West Adelaide's Nicole Tilly with him.
Thanks so much, Paul. We've got Nicole Tilley here with us. Nicole, you must be delighted with that first half.
Yeah, no, it's good, obviously, to get the early goal. Obviously, don't want to be conceding, but we need to be careful with the corners and free kicks because that seems to be all they can score for at this point.
You obviously had a game plan today, and do you feel like you've executed that really well?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working hard at training, and it's just, you know, we're the underdogs today, so pressure's all on them. And, you know, if they want to, you know, they want to get in the ring and fight, we're going to fight for it.
Second half's going to prove a little bit of a challenge because of the conditions, the strong breeze. Do you have a strategy for that?
Not really. Just try to keep the ball on the ground and be aggressive at the back and, you know, win the ball.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the second half. Good luck. That was Nicole Tilley. We're going to take a short break here in our coverage on NPL TV, Facebook Live and YouTube. The score at half-time in the 2021 WNPL Grand Final is Salisbury into 1.
Welcome to Boral Connects, a new way of doing business with Boral that has been designed to improve your customer experience while saving you valuable time. We've undertaken extensive research, interviewing customers about the highs and lows of dealing with Boral concrete. Based on this feedback, we've developed some exciting new solutions that will give you greater visibility and control over your concrete orders and deliveries. Our aim is to provide you with near real-time delivery information and transparency of your concrete orders. Placing a concrete order has never been so easy. Follow the simple prompts and order your concrete at any hour of the day. Whether you're on the job site or in the office, you now have the ability to see all current and future orders online. You can now confirm or cancel your order online without having to call our service centre. You can also see when your concrete delivery will arrive on site, which trucks are in transit, when trucks are scheduled for delivery, and be notified when your first truck is leaving the plant. Electronic dockets can be accessed as soon as your truck arrives on site. All of your docket history can be found via our Dockets dashboard, giving you the option to download in bulk or individually as a PDF or CSV file. These are just a few of the exciting new features we're offering, and there's still more to come. Signing up to Boral Connects is easy. Visit boralconnects.com.au.
Every game, an insurance claim, every investment protected and repairer selected, every rescue and every brand new, every trip and travel tip, every tradie connected and every unexpected. Every day, everything we do helps our members at home, on the road and on holidays too.
Keep on moving on.
Welcome to Boral Connects, a new way of doing business with Boral that has been designed to improve your customer experience while saving you valuable time. We've undertaken extensive research, interviewing customers about the highs and lows of dealing with Boral concrete. Based on this feedback, we've developed some exciting new solutions that will give you greater visibility and control over your concrete orders and deliveries. Our aim is to provide you with near real-time delivery information and transparency of your concrete orders. Placing a concrete order has never been so easy. Follow the simple prompts and order your concrete at any hour of the day. Whether you're on the job site or in the office, you now have the ability to see all current and future orders online. You can now confirm or cancel your order online without having to call our service centre. You can also see when your concrete delivery will arrive on site, which trucks are in transit, when trucks are scheduled for delivery, and be notified when your first truck is leaving the plant. Electronic dockets can be accessed as soon as your truck arrives on site. All of your docket history can be found via our Dockets dashboard, giving you the option to download in bulk or individually as a PDF or CSV file. These are just a few of the exciting new features we're offering, and there's still more to come. Signing up to Boral Connects is easy. Visit boralconnects.com.au.
Every game, an insurance claim, every investment protected and repairer selected, every rescue and every brand new, every trip and travel tip, every tradie connected and every unexpected. Every day, everything we do helps our members at home, on the road and on holidays too.
Keep on moving on.
Welcome back to the 2021 WNPL Grand Final presented by Boral. The SA Power Network's WNPL teams are Salisbury, Inter and West Adelaide, and right now at half-time they are locked at 1-1 after a very entertaining first 45 minutes. Now I think we're going to have a look at some of the statistics from that first half, which started out with West Adelaide putting Salisbury Inter under a huge amount of pressure and deservedly taking the lead, but then Inter were able to peg them back. So Inter did finish the stronger, and as you can see, they've had 8 shots to 4 and 4 of those on target to West's 1. 4 corners to Inter, and my goodness, they're so dangerous from those.
Yeah.
And they scored from one of them, of course, and just 1 to West. Inter have given away 7 free kicks. West have given away 4 and 1 offside each. My name's Paul Marcachidi. I'm with Spiro Karanikos Mimis and Metro United star Laura Stockdale. We are bringing you this game from Summit Sport and Recreation Park, which was opened earlier this year in Mount Barker and is an absolutely fantastic venue.
We're going to show you some of the action from the first half very, very shortly on your screen. In fact, here we go. There was 2 goals scored, and the first one was an early one for West Adelaide, and it was a great cross by Nicole Tilley, and it was an own goal for Mina Nishitani under pressure there from Georgia Macri. And really, up until then, West hadn't really touched the ball, and after they scored this, it was a lot of dominance, and they probably could have had another one, Paul, I felt, and probably edged the first half on points. Though Inter did, as you said, came back strongly in the latter half of the first half. There is a strong wind facing, blowing the way that West kicked in that first half, which will be of the benefit of Inter in the second half. And here's Inter's goal. They are just deadly from these set pieces, and they just cause chaos. These ones, they just dip them into the front post, and you could just see Emily Hazelwood there sneaking in, unguarded and finishing. Probably the easiest goal she'll ever score in her career, but it's just the way they set up and they just cause mayhem. And
good work by Calder there.
Absolutely, and what you won't see on that replay is the corner before, which caused a bit of chaos too, which led to the corner that they scored from Salisbury Inter. And overall, I felt maybe that Salisbury Inter would have left the pitch in that first half thinking, where it's advantage us. I'm not sure how else to describe it, because for all their pressure and all their commitment, West, they've only come away from this first half with this strong gale behind them, you know, with the score at 1-1.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they will be the more confident team going into half-time because they've got the win behind them in this second half, and they do like that long ball over the top. Yep. So we'll see what happens.
We should mention, Paul, I think the effort of Sienna Cavino in that first half, just to nullify the attack of Coda Rojas, is on your screen now, number 7. She was sublime.
Yeah, like the way she just made sure that she never got any space, and even on that one occasion Rojas got away from her, she did an amazing job to just mow her down and not only win the ball but essentially draw Rojas into fouling her. So Cavino started really well. There's a definite plan to use her in that way in this game, and it's worked really well so far. Of course, the issue that you have when you're playing Salisbury Inter is they do have so many attacking options. Emily Condon, Hazelwood, who scored the goal and has done pretty well scoring this season from the wing. She's been incredibly consistent, Emily Hazelwood. 7 goals in the regular season, and she's played in every single one of the 26 matches, well now 27 including today, that Salisbury Inter have played. We're getting ready for the second half of the 2021 WNPL Grand Final presented by Boral. And it's West Adelaide to kick off. And they're going to be looking to get the ball down the right early down to Macri, but Ryder was ready for that.
Is there a temptation for West, Laura, maybe to drop a little bit deeper in this half to try and nullify those balls over the top, or just pause here and let Paul finish this passage of play? Over to you, Laura.
There's definitely a danger of that, especially being concerned about the win factor, but I'm sure Tracy's talked about that, and I'm sure that's not their plan.
Sorry, there's a good ball from Condon, but in the end, it's a bit of a tumble, just a accidental clash between Hazelwood and Johns as they were both going to the ball, and Johns might have just gone down awkwardly there. I think she's going to be okay, but they just really had a bit of a legs come together at all.
It looks like Johns actually tripped on her own leg there on that replay. She's tough as nails though, Laura Johns.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, here's a bit of an opportunity for Macri, but Nishitani's done well. And there was a moment of panic there, but trying to get herself back into position, gave away a free kick.
Of course, this is a grand final, Paul, so we need a winner tonight. Should the game be a draw at full time, we will require extra time and penalties as well if needed beyond that.
Caroline Popoulos, Johns, West trying to work their way up the left. Tilly, they've done pretty well here. Atkins gets it back. Cavino sweeps it out wide, and just as they did the first half, West looking confident so far and finding space in midfield. There's Atkins, Caroline Popoulos, Hillier. This is good play, and a bit of a coming together with Calder. Nothing really doing there. Tance was going to clear down the wing, but it's going to be Johns' ball. Atkins nearly got dispossessed, but no damage in the end. Saroulis, good play. Hodgson. Emily Hodgson brings the ball up the right-hand wing. Atkins, busy early. Daru. This is really good play. Here's Tilly. Here's Nicole Tilly. She loves these. Tilly! It's gone straight in. She's got another chance. Can she finish it? She can! You knew she would! Nicole Tilly, we've said it before, she doesn't score tap-ins. She had to work for that goal. And on the second attempt, she's put West Adelaide back in front. Once again, they score early in the half. And Nicole Tilly makes it 15 for the season. Great ball play by West. Lots of players involved. Daru got Tilly out. She positioned herself well. The first shot was intercepted. back onto her right foot for the second, and no mistake. She's come to play today. We've said it before. Every one of these players is going to be determined to win this match. In many cases, to win a championship for the first time. But she's tasted defeat in these games on many occasions. West, they've been second best on occasions during the season, usually to Adelaide City. This season they've been in Inter's shadow, and they want this
corner.
But they've given away a corner, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we know that that is a huge opportunity for Salisbury Inter. They're so good in these set pieces, and even more so at the moment because the ball is going to swing in viciously with the aid of that breeze. There's enough of Emily Condon's beautiful bending delivery. This is a dangerous, dangerous moment for West. They could lose the lead straight away. Here comes Condon. Goes in. It's over a few players, but it was Tilly again. She's given away another corner. This time it's going to be Nishitani to go over and take it with her right foot to swing it in. Doesn't matter which side it is. The ball's always going to be aimed in very, very close to the goal line. It's a bit of push and shove in the box, so referee Joe Jordan Tripodi, who's had an excellent game, just comes in and just tells a couple of players what to and not to do. But, West clearly want to make this as hard as they can. There's the delivery from Nishitani. Will it get to through? It's away, but Nishitani's going to get another chance to put the ball in. Onto her left now, and saved.
Her first half was just full of determination and effort. Well, this whole West team would have been absolutely shattered with that loss 2 weeks ago. And they were just comprehensively trounced by Inter 6-1, qualifying final to make today's grand final. And they haven't allowed anything similar today. Cavino will go in the book after that. It's advantage given to Inter. And Tansel's down. And you just, I think Sienna Cavino might see the yellow card sooner rather than later. That is a rough challenge. And
I don't want to exaggerate, but it looked like an aircraft accident.
Yep, and just as you've come back from the replay, the yellow card has been issued by the referee to Sienna Cavino, and that was a strong challenge.
Well, she's going to have to be careful now, especially if she's staying on Rojas for this game.
I was just about to say that. She's got a difficult job for the next 40-so minutes with the role she's got, and now she's got that yellow card.
I think Ali Atkins has just gone over to her and said, just be careful now, Sienna, you've done an amazing job. Of course, they do have Lucy Adamopoulos on the bench. Well, not today, actually. I do apologise, she's not on the bench. She was last week. No, she is. Yep, just got the okay. And so Adamopoulos is indeed a natural defender in her own right. I do apologise, folks. She was on my list. I completely missed it. Lucy Adamopoulos is on the bench. And just got eyes on Emily Hazelwood. I think they're going to have to take Hazelwood off. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Laura. Looks like Simon Catanzaro is going to have to make a force change here. Number 20 is warming up. And it'll be Erin Hood. Looks like Erin Hood's going to come on. Family Hazelwood, who's not come back on the park. It looks like her day is done. We'll go with the live action. Keep an eye on that for you. That's a great ball by Clayich. And well done by Murphy. Here's Hodgson. Down the line for Macri. Gets it to Daru. Macri overlapping. And they've got it there. Superb work by West again. Georgia Macri inside the box. Good tackle, Chantel Ryder. Macri's kept it in.
Just needs some support.
And it's gone all the way back to Hodgson. Expert comments here of Laura Stockdale. Cleared by Calder. That's it, the referee. So that's going to be a drop ball for Salisbury Inter because they were the last ones to touch it, according to the rules.
They'll be disappointed with that one.
Yep. Well, it looks like he's going to drop it to West. No, he's going to drop it to Inter and will be play on that. Fortunately for West, that is the correct decision because the last possession belonged to Inter. And as it hit the referee, they get the ball back. Even though West probably would have had to play, should it not have hit the referee. So it's just the way the rules are written. And Inter will look to build up again. Comley. Well, that's loose, but Tansel might just get there. She's done well, Shani Tansel, to keep that one in. Calder wearing the armband this second half. It's quite a common thing they do, Inter. And looks like Hazelwood's back on the park trying to run off that injury. She's just coming on screen now, feeling a bit ginger though. Hopefully she can run it off. Look for all money, she wasn't going to continue. Here is Hazelwood. Kavina and Haralambopoulos both in control with that through ball by Inter, and Kavina's gone all the way back to Murphy. Murphy now with a switch. Hodgson. He's been excellent, Emily Hodgson, today. Daru trying to find Hillier, a bit loose. And West again, just hungry for the ball this half, West. Back to Daru. Atkins, enjoyed watching her play. Always available to her teammates. Commentators curse as always. Break now. Pritchard's through ball was cut off and Rojas is clearly offside. That'll be a West Adelaide free kick. And Hazelwood's off the park again, and I think that is Emily Hazelwood's day done. Just off screen, you'll be able to see it now that change is being made. Erin Hood, number 20, coming on for Emily Hazelwood, who has not recovered from that tackle by Sienna Cavino, and that's a real shame for Hazelwood and for a season to finish like that, because she's been an outstanding contributor to this Inter forward line all season. And on the scoreboard today, Erin Hood, though, a player of immense quality herself, replacing her. Haralambopoulos taking the free kick. Good to West. Good turn by Daru. Hillier. Atkins cut out though by Clayich. Marauding forward, Dragana Clayich. It's a handball. And correct decision by the referee. Was just waiting to see if there was an advantage. And it's clearly hit Haralambopoulos' arm. You see right now, arm away from the body. And West Adelaide have been superb so far today, and the balance of play, 2-1 up, probably deserved. Great ball by Nishitani. Murphy's fouled. And Chantel Ryder had every right to go for that ball, but just arrived a moment too late. There was no malice there, and Murphy will get the foul.
Just looking at that on replay, it was really, everything was straight, wasn't it? Straight ball, straight attack at it by both the keeper and Chantel Ryder. It's a free. I don't think she meant any harm, you're right, but that would have taken the wind out of Erin Murphy's sails, at least temporarily. She goes short. Cool, and playing with fire here. They're going to have to clear in the end. Nishitani keeps the pressure on. Pritchard tries to get it back to her. Macri loses out to Pritchard. Here's Condon. Emily Condon trying to turn. And that's going to be a free kick. And once again, it's off Haralambopoulos.
I think it might have been Laura John's
position.
Yeah, that was John's. She had her hands in the air.
Yeah, good call. They were both there, but it was John's arm that the ball struck. Now, here's a chance for Emily Condon or Minna Nishitani, both absolutely superb strikers of a dead ball. Who's it going to be?
Looks like Nishitani's leaving it for Condon. Nishitani just off camera, just walking away. She was lining it up, Paul, you were right.
Perhaps would like a bit more angle here, Condon, but it's certainly an opportunity. She can hit these.
Yeah, it's a good distance for Condon.
Here it goes, Emily Condon. It's a good effort, and well done, Murphy. Didn't commit herself and was exactly where she needed to be to keep her team ahead. Now, here's another opportunity, but Murphy again comes off her line and denies Condon. Tilly, this game is on. Tries to get the ball out to Macri. Hood, fresh on the field. She intercepts. And it's going to be a chance for Rojas. Rojas one-on-one with the keeper. Can't say Rojas goes around. Can she finish? And it's brilliantly defended by Sienna Cavino.
Sienna Cavino, take a bow.
Murphy just picks her up to celebrate.
She's ecstatic.
Well, Rojas was able to beat the offside trap, essentially, because the ball came off a defender.
It must have come off the West Adelaide,
you know,
because they were way offside.
And it's a corner, which is a lot of damage, but less damage than a goal would have been. Here's Condon. What a game this is. Can't take your eye off it for a second. Calder at the front post. Condon's is a bit shallow, and Tilly can win it. Nishitani tries to put it back in. Hillier this time. It's desperate stuff from West. Cerulis gets it up the line for Hillier. Pavlomanolakis wins that. It's going to be a free, because Hillier just went through a little bit onto her. Of course, 4 of these interplayers, including Pavlomanolakis and Nishitani, who's on the ball now, have up until a year or two ago been with West. Some players here who are very, very familiar with each other. Nishitani into a good area. Opportunity for Pritchard, and the effort there. Oh, Rojas is going to keep it in, but it's been well won there by Emily Hodgson, and she gets it out to Macri. Macri now. Oh, Nishitani read the ball that was going into Atkins beautifully, but Hodgson read her well, and it's a throw.
I'll tell you what, Georgia Macri had Christy Hillier on the far side bursting through. I reckon she had a time again, Georgia Macri. She'd be looking to swing that one over the top.
Yeah, maybe the wrong decision on that one.
Nishitani with a throw. Here's Rojas. A little bit more involved this half. The Chilean was kept pretty quiet in that first half by Sienna Cavino. But she's absolute quality, Kodai Rojas, and you've seen her already have one good chance cleared off the line this half. Pavlomanolakis wins the header. Nishitani to Hood. That'll be offside. Looks like Erin Hood was in an offside position when the ball was played. And Condon's gone to the right-hand side, which Hazelwood was occupying, and Erin Hood now on the left. And West Adelaide leading here in the WNPL Grand Final for 2021. Presented by Borrell. That's a not bad little effort by Maddie Daru.
She's had a good game, Maddie Daru.
Absolutely. But comfortable for Comley. Wind picks that up, and Rojas is in over the top, but Laura Johns has got pace as well. She's out-muscled by Rojas, and Cavino in the way again. Sienna Cavino.
But I've got to say, that's a bit of a win for Cote, because 2-on-1 there, she got the corner. Should be happy enough with that, I think.
What is this, the fourth corner of the game, the second half?
Well, it'll be about the fourth one, yep, absolutely. And Condon lining it up again. West so far have done not too bad this half. It's probably not Condon's best delivery, and West should see that out comfortably. Well, they've given it, almost given it straight back to Emily Condon, and we are throwing just in front of the Boral sign there, and they are, of course, presenting today's WNPL Grand Final. So in taken, Rojas. That's great work by Rojas. It was a bit wide. I'll tell you what, Rojas is never going to want to see Sienna Covino anywhere near her ever again. She's seen enough of her today. That's exquisite skill, though. Taking the shot. West have given the ball away here. We'll just go back to live play for you, and they've broken into the box into, but Carolyn Popoulos.
That's the second time they've done that. They need to be careful with that one.
Just I wonder how much the wind is playing in their mind. Like, they're wondering whether the long ball by Murphy might be less an advantage than the short ball, but they've given it away twice, as you've correctly stated, Laura, so maybe a change is needed. Nishitani in the corner, and that's be a goal kick for West Adelaide.
Laura, do you think with West being under so much pressure now, is it a good idea to try to see if they make some adjustments to play on the break, or have their attacks probably been good enough so far just to keep doing what you're doing?
I don't think they can ride this for the next 25 minutes. I think they're under a lot of pressure right now, so I think they would do well to get more numbers up when they do have the ball and win the ball in these situations like they have done now.
Helia now, giving it to the overlapping Tilly. Cuts back inside, Nicole Tilly, and finds Ali Atkins, who's masterfully dropped into the holes today, pick up the scraps. That was a loose one, though. Nishitani's wasted that. That'll be a throw-in for West Adelaide.
We've played 65 minutes on the Green Play Australia time clock, and the score between the SA Power Networks WNPL teams, Salisbury Inter and West Adelaide, on the Green Play Australia scoreboard is Salisbury Inter 1, West Adelaide 2. And here they go again. Daru does well. Hodgson. Here's a chance for Hillier, but Calder did well there and got the ball a long way away. Murphy now. Caroline Popoulos tries to go up the wing to Johns. That's good. Laura Johns. Tilly. Now in board. Here's Atkins. But, that wasn't a well-directed ball, but she's got it straight back because neither was Chrissa Pavlomanolakis's. And now here's a chance for the overlapping Hodgson. There's white shirts forward if she can find them. Emily Hodgson, good play. Chantel Ryder gets it. Hodgson's still going. Great determination. That's what you need in a grand final. And it's a corner for West Adelaide.
Yeah, that's great work right there by Emily Hodgson.
Opportunity now for West. They're not the team that have a real set-piece advantage in these situations, but can they make something of it? Atkins. Ball's come back to Hodgson. They're going to win another corner.
And the longer this goes, the more nervous Inter might get.
Yeah, I agree.
They need to score at least 2 now, so they're under pressure.
It's another short option. Hodgson now. Can she swing one in? She does. It's not a bad one. Well won there by Comley. Just made sure she was that bit off her line to come out and intercept. Now Rojas has Covino on her again, and Covino's won that one brilliantly. Atkins just dallied for a moment and lost the ball to Tansel. Rojas is offside. And, I think it's fair to say that some of the fans here who are not Salisbury Inter fans are taking some joy in seeing the usually dominant Cote Rojas just being put under a huge amount of pressure. But she could have the last laugh. She has before. Here's Klajec. Does well, rides a couple. Tries to get the ball through over to Hood, but not quite enough angle on that. And the ball kick's a bit shallow, and so Nishitani might win it. Daru got there first, but it's an Inter throw. And we're already at the stage where, even though there's over 20 minutes to go, the crowd are so into this. Every challenge won is reason for applause. The underdogs have put up an amazing fight to be 2-1 up against the team they haven't beaten this season.
1,726.
Wonderful crowd here today, 1,726. Shani Tansel trying to get a ball in. It's going to be a goal kick. That is a fantastic crowd here at Mount Barker for what's been a fantastic day of football.
You see
some of the crowd. Sorry, go ahead, Spiro.
I was just going to say, Paul, exactly like you were. You can see just how full this main grandstand is here, and everyone enjoying a fantastic WNPL Grand Final. Of course, we had the reserves WNPL Grand Final on before this, and the promotion relegation playoff. It's been a great day for women's football here at Mount Barker.
Daru did well to keep the ball in. Hilliard's got space and has got two white shirts in space on her outside, one of which is Tilly. Nicole Tilly brings it inside Tansel. Tries to put through Hillier. That's a good ball. Christy Hillier. It's just run away for a bit. Tried the shot. It's a goal kick.
I think West Adelaide is switching from one side to the other very well, and I think it's catching Salisbury into off guard.
I think we're going to see Pavla Manolakos take her leave, and Carl Khan is going to come on, and that for me is an attacking move. They're both midfielders, but Khan will play a more forward role.
West
former
also,
NTC product.
West also making a change, Paul. Just get eyes on who's coming on for West in a second. Assistant referee Gary Mooney about to put the board up. And they'll make that change. So Christy Hillier's coming off for West Adelaide, placed by number 9.
Harriet Burnett.
Harriet Burnett. And I think Christy's toiled hard today, but probably hasn't had one of her better games. And Burnett was good last week when she came on for West against Adelaide City.
Yeah,
so
she scored.
Yes, she did. You're right, Paul. She had that the 4th goal. But you're definitely right about the previous change, Paul, that Carl Adam Khan, that's a more attacking move by Simon Catanzaro. She will slot into the defensive midfield role, but naturally a more attacking player, I feel. So maybe a chance.
That's going to run out.
Yeah, that was a nervous first touch from Khan. Be throw in.
West Adelaide are starting to come back into it and get on top a little bit now.
Daru. Another throw in for Inter. Inter just taking their time now. Long ball by Nicole Calder. And again, West just dropping deep and collecting with comfort. And to be fair, it's really only been the set pieces that have worried West Adelaide today. Well, there was that one really good chance, obviously, for Rojas, which got him behind, which Covino cleared off the line. But
and in fairness, that too was the result of a bit of a chaotic moment for West, where the ball had come off a defender to keep Rojas onside.
But they haven't really conceded many other chances than that. And they've been superb. Nishitani on the right foot, not getting past the first player. Cleared by West. Second chance for Nishitani. That's better. And Calder will be offside. And she may get a yellow card for that, Nicole Calder. Or the referee has decided just to maybe tell her don't do it again.
Well, it's her team that is going to count the cost of any lost time here. They need to get a goal.
It's pure frustration from Nicole Calder, I think.
West Adelaide are stepping up really well, so they are getting caught offside quite a few times. Their defensive line is very, very good.
There is still a strong breezy. You can see with the corner flag just behind Cerula, so she was taking that free kick. So still favouring the side that Inter is playing on. Good ball by Condon. Hodgson cuts it out though, and that ball stayed in. Hodgson plays it to Atkins' feet, to Daru, who's been superb, like Paul said. Here's Burnett to Atkins again. Always available, Ali Atkins. He's played the defensive midfield role brilliantly today. Macri. Well done by Nishitani. And Macary's gone down with a sore leg, and it's gone over the top, Condon. But Haralambopoulos cuts across, and be easy for Murphy, and they're just going to check on Macary.
I think I've got a feeling it's mainly impact. She's just taking a bit of time. If I were her, I would too.
Just wonder
it is a bit worse, but
just wonder whether it jarred Paul when the contact was made.
It's right in front of us, and as you can see, even on your monitor, those camera shots are coming from right next to where we are calling the game from, and
was it her ankle? I think, was it?
I sort of thought she copped it in her shins a little bit.
And I think they're going to take her off, Paul, because it looks like Mauro Samaro is like getting ready on the side. You can see Gary Mooney getting ready now to make that change. There is Samaro. And we're back with Macary, and she doesn't look like she's going to be able to continue. Yeah, they're definitely going to take Georgia Macary off by the looks of it. So that's obviously quite a bad knock. Mauro Samaro is going to make an appearance with 15 minutes to go in this grand final. Another very talented youngster. Maybe they're just going to try and give Macary the benefit of the doubt here, but right now, nah, you've just seen her just wave to Tracy Jenkins and say no good. So that will be Georgia Macary's day over.
That's a shame, because initially it looked like she was about to get up, and she looked like she was okay, but maybe she didn't quite realise the full impact straight away.
I think she's actually waved away the substitution pool rather than saying, no, I can't continue, because Mauro Samaro sat down. So Macary's going to give another crack.
Yeah, I think she gave the thumbs up.
Yep, she did. I thought she was waving no's in to say, I'm done, but she was saying, no, don't make the substitution.
Yeah, she's just having a bit of a run.
Yeah, you can't see it on your screen right now, but she's just jumped back on, and there she is. Lesson learnt as a commentator, don't assume. Tansel. That's good to see, because Georgia Macary is a very talented winger.
Huge experience.
Here's Ryder. Chantel Ryder. Long ball forward, Pritchard. Johns cuts that out really well. Haralambopoulos been solid. In fact, Haralambopoulos has had a really good final series. Even in the first game, the 6-1 loss, she was very, very good at fullback for West. She slotted into centre-back today. Pritchard. Khan. Bit more composure there from Khan. Rojas on the far side. Guess who's right next to her? Cavino. Sienna Cavino's won the ball again. If you're a youngster at home watching this game and you ever get an instruction from your coach to mark a player out of a game, cut up the bits and pieces you've seen of Sienna Cavino today and study it. It's been excellent.
Even when she does get beat, she makes up that ground really quickly.
That's a great shot.
Oh, good
That's
save.
off the bar. Great save by Murphy. Into following through. Well, what a passage of play that was. And Murphy with a great little touch from a shot that looked like it was definitely going top corner. Well, that's an excellent save. Fantastic replay. And she's done well to recover a second time there, Murphy, and she's had a really good game today. That's the second save that she's made that looked definitely like it was going to hit the back of the net. And West Adelaide take a big breath and go again.
Macary now chasing Chantel Ryder. Back to Comley. Calder. Good pressure by West, but Inter's held onto the ball well here with Condon. Good turn. Found herself some space. Klajic. The ball wasn't quite on the same wavelength as what Rojas wanted. Inter are going to get the throw. We've played 78 minutes on the Green Play Australia time clock. Here's Rojas. Trying to keep hold of the ball. Cavino behind her. Rojas tries to fashion a shot. Klajic. It's a great goal! What a great goal by Dragana Klajic! She had it all to do with her back to goal. And her shot was precise and brilliant.
That was a great shot on the turn.
Fantastic. Legs all around her of her opponents. She had to pick her spot. And that's a very, very good finish from right on the edge of the penalty box. 2-2. What a game this is.
She let them know about it too, Paul.
Oh, she is playing her former side, like about half the inter-team is. And she is, we talk about a lot of these players really, really wanting to win a trophy. Not many of them have got a lot of them. Hodgson, corner. Even though there's so many talented players on this pitch, it's been Adelaide City and Metro United winning lots of championships, lots of cups. West Adelaide and Inter want their turn. Hodgson, chance to get a good ball in here. Hodgson's ball was along the ground. It's going to be a throw in. And Dragana Klajic, well, she's played in lots of losing finals, which I didn't want to remind the fact, but she's played in about 6 losing cup finals and 3 losing grand finals. Here's an opportunity. Can Condon hook the ball away? Good touch, Tansel.
I'm desperate for extra time because I just don't want this game to end.
It's just been an amazing game. Is this a chance for Rojas to run onto the ball? She's escaped Covino for once. This time Harold Lampopoulos. Rojas, she's got Hood there. Erin Hood, it's just gone behind her. Still the chance. Erin Hood! Saved! Saved! Atkins can bring it away. And Laura Johns can just give the chance to everybody to catch their breath again. Harold Lampopoulos, under pressure, turns it over. Here's Khan, plays the 1-2 with Calder. Calder tries to go off Tilly. Here's an opportunity now. It sits for Macri. But well done, Comley. She got there just in time. It's end-to-end action at the summit. Daru. Oh, she didn't have anything ahead of her. There's some tired players out there and they might be needing to do another 30 minutes after the 90's up. Ryder now.
I don't know if West Adelaide need to look to their bench for some fresh legs out there.
It's a good call, but they have got the players. Georgie Nicola's a good option, I think, as well, if they're looking for a forward option.
I think they need to come up with something, because right now Salisbury Inter are ahead.
Rojas, she stays on side because it's a throw-in. Covino on her, Rojas tries. No chance there.
That ball's lost.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go and chase that one. It might have even there's actually livestock right across the street, and they might get a nasty shock.
We just saw that save again by Murphy, Paul, on the screen. That was a superb save.
Takes the goal kick.
That's an
straight
excellent
out to
goal kick.
Hodgson. Good touch. Hodgson tries to get Macri away, but I think that's gone out. It has. Doesn't look like she's carrying the after effects of the knock, but that could be one of the changes, Laura, that you talked about.
Yeah, I see some Myers warming up again over there.
Khan turns away. Nishitani has space. And there's players up ahead of her. If she gets the right ball, that should be the keepers. In fact, it's going to go out for a goal kick. Well, I guess you don't want to talk too much, you know, because we always talk about the commentator's curse, but there is a possibility that we're going to go to extra time with only 7 or 8 minutes left in this 90 minutes. You know, if you were looking at this huge breeze in extra time, would you want it straight away or would you want it coming home?
I think personally, I think I'd want it straight away, because you're going to be tired. You've just played 90 minutes, and to have that little boost in the first half of the extra time, I think would definitely be helpful for either team.
Ball in by Calder's a good one. Rojas just over her, still a chance, but West Adelaide are able to clear. Nishitani, she's pushing forward. Atkins just says anywhere will do. It's almost coming over to us. Nishitani with the throw.
Nishitani takes the throw. Chantel Ryder, long ball looking for Condon. That's probably got too much on it. That should be comfortable for Murphy in West goal, who's made some superb saves today, Murphy. Not much she could do with the great shot by Dragana Klajic. And with only about 6 minutes plus any additional time left, this game looks like it might be heading into extra time. And interestingly, both teams will be permitted an extra substitution in extra time, so they can make up to 6 substitutions if the game goes into extra time. West Adelaide have only made 1, so they could potentially change up to 5 players in extra time, which may be a minor advantage, being able to bring on so many fresh legs. Of course, they've got to get there first. Ryder. And just the way this game is gone, you wouldn't discredit either team scoring a goal late in this game. Tansel hasn't gotten forward like she usually does, Shani Tansel. Been one of her quieter games. Rojas was offside again, but the referee waving play on. That's poor from Murphy. Only to Klajic, Pritchard back across. Saroulis cuts it out, under pressure. West will regain possession. It'll be Hodgson. Doesn't have much, goes down the line. Macri, over her. And Chantal Ryder composed, back to Calder. Pritchard. Condon, swings it. Rojas, but again, Murphy cleverly off her line quickly. Rojas acknowledging the ball from Condon. 4.5 minutes. Given away by Daru. West need to just be a little bit more composed right now. Khan to Ryder. Into finishing stronger of the two teams. I don't think that's an unfair statement. Just West just needs to get their foot on the ball. If you're an Inter fan though, this is looking positive. Tansel overlapping to Condon. Swung in by Condon. Rojas! Cote Rojas has scored a goal in the 87th minute to give Inter the lead. And the Chilean has come up big for her team just when they needed her the most. What a superb header by Cote Rojas. She finally escaped the attention of Sienna Cavino and has put one in the back of the net. What a great ball by Condon and a sublime finish by Cote Rojas. Laura Stockdale, my goodness. This game's had everything.
Yeah, it's been a great game, but definitely the last 15 minutes, Salisbury Inter have gotten on top.
And sorry, Paul was going to say West Adelaide had 3 minutes plus change to get that one back.
It's just amazing, you know, you just can't keep some people down. I think, you know, we talked a little bit about it before. I don't think it's unfair to say that Rojas did not have a good final series last year. And today, she really struggled against Cavino. She's going to be offside there. She's really struggled against Cavino, but she just found that pocket of space. The delivery was absolutely perfect by Condon. And on that occasion, there was absolutely nothing Sienna Cavino, who's had an amazing game, just nothing she could do. West have only suddenly got 2.5 minutes plus whatever stoppage time there is to get themselves back in the game. You know, you wouldn't say Inter's dominated this game. They will have deserved the win if that's how it finishes up. But they've been in a game today, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, they certainly had to work hard for this one.
Throw in for West. Johns. 2 minutes to go. Plus stoppage time. Tansel wins it. Johns again. There's a lot of West players in their defensive area, and I'm not really sure they can afford that at this point. There's just not enough players. There were not enough players for Johns to aim at.
No, they need.
Now Rojas has got room.
She just needs to run the clock down now. She won't be in a hurry to play that one in.
No. She's saying to Sienna Cavino, come at me, or else I'll stand here all day. Great ball back to her from Condon. Rojas, still Rojas. Hood's there. Rojas!
Good save.
Condon, still a chance. Hodgson got an important foot in, and an attempt by Clutch. Well, I've got to say, I can see that all number 9s want to finish it themselves, but Erin Hood was just standing there. Give me the, look at that, give me the ball. Rojas went herself. Erin Hood, she'll enjoy this. I mean, no one wouldn't enjoy it, of course, but one of the only players in this Salisbury Inter team that was with the team back in 2017 when they played their first WNPL season. All of her teammates that are currently on the park, they've arrived since then. But they're close. Tilly now. Can she make something happen? It's not a bad ball. Now, out comes Comley and got there just in time. Harold Ampopoulos. Johns. Out wide to Tilly. That's going to be won by Calder. Khan. Back out to Rojas again. Once again, she holds up the ball. Once again, Hood is available. This time she uses her. There's going to be 4 extra minutes. 4 minutes for West Adelaide to find an equaliser.
Need to get numbers up the pitch now, West Adelaide.
They really do, don't they? You really feel like they've got too many white shirts hanging back while they've got the ball in the front half. Hodgson. Opportunity now for Pritchard, but that's going to be intercepted. Here's Atkins. Comes off Klajec. Hodgson. Going to try to get the ball in. Trying to get into Atkins. Macri now. Here's an opportunity for Johns. Laura Johns! She's scored a few in the last few weeks, 4 in the last 5 games, including 2 in the preliminary last week. But not on that occasion. Now, interception by Daru. Can she turn it back around? Tried to slip the ball through. Ryder sends the ball down to the wing. We've played 90 seconds of the 240 that is likely to be allowed by referee Joe Jordan Tripodi. What can West do? Can they do anything? Well, they've given it away here, and Erin Hood is able to attack the corner with Koto Rojas, still a willing runner. She is going to go and play the corner flag game, I think, and just say to Cavino again, you have to come and get it. It's a throw to Inter. Nishitani. The treble is 2 minutes away. It's going to be a free kick to West. Are they going to fall short again? Lost the 2017 and 2019 grand finals to Adelaide City. And barring a late goal, sadly for them, and despite an amazing performance today against what has been the best team all year, Salisbury Inter, they might be falling just short again. Calder. It's an opportunity for Condon, but Murphy will get there first. Johns. Atkins. Looks for an option. Well won by Pritchard. Tansel. That's a really good ball, but well done Cavino. She's blocked off Rojas. Oh, and that has not gone where Murphy wants it, and it's just going to fall back to the Chilean. And there's under a minute left of the 4. It's an Inter throw. They are close now. Hood will be in absolutely no hurry. They hadn't won a senior trophy before this season, Salisbury Inter. The cup the premiership, and now the championship could all be theirs. Condon has time. Condon, can she finish it? Emily Condon, it's been spilled. Rojas couldn't get there. Murphy, she's got to hurry. This is West's last chance. Daru, good control. Well, it's over. Salisbury Inter have done the treble. They were made to fight by a West Adelaide side that left nothing on the park and twice took the lead. But Salisbury Inter's women's program, which has been going, to be fair, for a long time. They were playing in lower divisions in the early 2000s. In the 2010s, they were one of the best teams outside the Premier League. Finally promoted when they won the State League in 2016. They haven't looked back. And this year, they've won everything. Everything available. Only lost 2 matches all season. You've got to feel for West. They've been fantastic again, but just as they couldn't get above Adelaide City in 2017 and 2019, another team has come up to deny them, and it was this powerful Salisbury Inter side. There's some shattered players in white. You can't be surprised. But the trophy is going to go to a team that includes several of their former teammates. A team that's just gotten better and better every year.
West Adelaide will be disappointed with that one. They had a great game today, just couldn't come out on top.
Laura, do you think much different could have happened for them today? Do you think, I kind of feel like they did everything they could, but do you see anywhere that just could have worked out a bit better for them, that might have just got them across the line against the favourites?
No, I think, like you said, I think they have done everything they could today. I think they'll be disappointed with the first goal, most definitely, conceding that first corner that was completely avoidable, and then the second corner that came straight after that. So they'll be definitely disappointed with that goal. But no, on the day, I think it's by far the best game it's been throughout the year between the two teams.
Yeah.
So no, they can walk away from this one with their heads held high, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, to have come back from a 6-1 drubbing a fortnight ago, and even before that, 4 or 5 weeks before the end of the season, Inter put 4 past them in the first half in a game in the regular rounds, and that was at a time that West were leading the premiership, and that was the start of Inter's barnstorming finish. But they came back today, West, and they just gave an amazing performance. And sorry to cut you off there, Laura, but Spiro has got one of Inter's co-captains, Chantel Ryder, with him. We're going to go down to Spiro to speak to the victorious Salisbury Inter co-captain Chantel Ryder.
Thanks so much, Paul. Chantel, congratulations. What a comeback.
Oh, thank you very much. I don't think I can still believe it yet. It was just an amazing game. We always had belief in ourselves, and we knew that if we kept going, that we would have the stamina to get back in there and finish it off.
I know this might seem like a silly question, but just how much does it mean to you to be part of a team that's just completed a historic treble?
Oh, there's no words. There's absolutely no words. I am so stoked. I love this club. I love this team. And there's nothing more proud that I can be than to achieve this for this club.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't have seen this, but after last year's finals where you were eliminated in straight sets, you were in tears after the game. We saw you. Did that fuel a fire for you to get it done this year? Definitely.
I'm not usually an emotional person, and last year hurt deep. It really did, and that's one of the main fires that I had for this year, and to try and bring to this team. A lot of the girls in this team have lost grand finals. We know what it's felt like, and so that really fueled us today.
I'm not going to keep you away from the celebrations any further. Go and enjoy the win with your teammates. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Paul.
Thanks, Spiro. And Laura Stockdale, you've won and you've lost. And I guess that's an interesting question. When you do lose, and I think back to you guys falling short, for example, in 2018, Metro United, when you lost the grand final 1-0 to Adelaide City. And, you know, when you go into, you know, the next chance you get, and, you know, last year you played them again in the grand final, do you take things out of it? Does something just keep you there? Well, no, I've got to get that one back somehow.
No, absolutely. It's experience, isn't it? And obviously, Salisbury Inter will have grown, as disappointed as they were last year, they'll have gained a lot of experience from that loss and then the final series in general. So, no, I think it's important that they came back from this one today. And to be fair, they've been the best team all year.
Yeah, I think they have. And they probably were overall the better side today, but not by a lot. They've deserved it. There's no question about that. The presentation's going ahead at the moment with the Football SA Chairman Sam Ciccarello and Board Member Jane Rathjen presenting the trophies first to today's match officials. Great effort in his first grand final or cup final, Joe Jordan Tripodi. He did not put a foot wrong, I don't think, as referee today. Well done to him. And well done to his assistants.
Presentations will now be made to the runners-up for season 2021, West Adelaide.
West Adelaide players are going to come up, and a lot of these players have received
Number 3, Alison Atkins.
Runners-up medals before, and this is going to be unbelievably difficult for a lot of them.
You just don't feel like anyone deserved to lose today.
No.
No, it was a great game, and it will be a tough loss for West Adelaide to come so close against us, Salisbury Inter, for what was probably the first time all year. So it was a tough one to take for them today.
They must have looked at the clock at some point and Inter and said, it's not going to be our day. And they've just pulled 2 goals really late and won this one. But that's the hallmark of a great team, and they are a great team. I think you're right. They probably didn't have their best day out, I think, Laura. But you know, good teams find a way to win even when they play bad, and you know, they've done that today. They haven't played horribly, but they haven't played as good as we're used to. It's a high bar, of course.
No, I think with their attacking power, they're always going to be dangerous no matter how the game is actually going for them. And again, they proved that today, because I think playing-wise, I think West Adelaide were much better on the ball on the day.
Yeah, no, I should say, you know, if you look at things from West's point of view, I mean, they are going to be devastated, of course. I mean, there's no question that this will hurt them so much. But, you know, 6-1 they lost 2 weeks ago. You know, they could have come here completely overawed. They could have come here, you know, terrified of what might happen on the big stage. And, you know, not just the players, even their coaching staff. You know, we talked about it 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure Tracy Jenkins set the team up in the best way 2 weeks ago. She could not have set it up better today, I don't think. I think all those moves she made, you know, the Covino on Rojas, you know, allowing then, you know, Johns to go back to left back, etc. I think she got it spot on today.
You know, but it's the mark of the player that Rojas is, that the only sort of, you know, real half chance she had, she nailed. You know, that's just the player she is.
Yeah, it was probably the one and only time she gained that half a yard ahead.
Yep.
And she scores from it. So,
well, I'm telling you now, if she doesn't score that goal.
Sorry to cut you off. We're just going to go with the player of the match here, selected by the officials.
Is from Salisbury Inter.
It'll be Salisbury Inter's.
The number 8, Emily.
And it is Emily Condon who's won player of the match for the grand final. Sorry to cut you off there, Paul.
No, not at all. It's funny, because what I was actually going to say was, you know, if Rojas doesn't score there and West goes out and hits a winner up the other end a minute later, Sienna Covino would be a good shout for winning this very award.
Look, and you know what? I know she's on the losing side, but I'd say that she was probably the best player in the park.
Absolutely amazing. You've got to take into account who she's up against. Yeah. You know, a 44-time Chilean international.
Yeah,
but she had the last laugh. Sorry, Laura.
No, 100%. For 89 minutes and 45 seconds, she had Cote in her pocket, and it was that one play which ended up being the winner.
Just listen to Emily Condon if you can hear that through the broadcast.
I'm just very happy to get the win, and massive credit to West Adelaide. They put on an amazing game, so definitely a tough
Over 1,700 people made it to Mount Barker today. So you hear these guys in the stands. I mean, that grandstand was packed, and we had people all around Mount Barker today as well. So credit to them for coming out.
So I hope you can hear Leo James, announcer, and Emily Condon, player of the match.
The support, even just for the opposition, is still amazing. So, no, thank you to everyone who made the trip out here. I know it's a long drive, but yeah, your support means everything. So thank you.
Thanks, Jill.
Great words by Emily Condon, and thanking the 1,726 people that have come up here. What a fantastic crowd. Unfortunately, if you've been watching the pictures, you haven't seen a lot of them because they're mostly actually on the camera side, the crowd that you can see, but terrific turnout. And now it's the Inter players that are going to get their medals. Khan goes up first, came on as a substitute, did well, bad first touch, nervous probably, but settled in pretty well after that.
And it has to be said, Paul, that Salisbury Inter, a club that has been around for a long time and only really recently invested a lot of time and resources into their women's program, and they're now reaping the rewards, and they're probably the pride of this club now.
Oh, they definitely are. And just while you were about to speak to Chantel, I was, making the point that they're not new to women's football. I mean, even 20 or so years ago, they were playing teams in the lower divisions, and in the 2010s, before they got promoted, they were one of the best teams outside the WNPL. So, they're not new to playing women's football, but to get to this level, having played their first season in the WNPL only in 2017, it's been an amazing acceleration to the summit.
Yeah, absolutely. They're at the pinnacle of the women's game right now. Inter, they've become a destination club too, and their lineup just oozes talent, and it would have been hard to deny them a championship based on the season they had, but West will be bitterly disappointed, but they will reflect on their performance today with pride because they gave it everything and they really, really shook the foundations at Inter.
And a word there for the man who's about to come on camera, Simon Catanzaro. He was in Spain for a couple of years. He was perfecting his coaching craft. He's still a really young coach, Simon Catanzaro, a legend in the local game here, Football SA Hall of Fame member, 3 Sergio Melter medal wins. He's done so much as a player here in South Australia, but immediately got into not just being a coach, but finding ways to try to be the best type of coach he could. He went overseas, as we mentioned, to do that. He's come straight back, taken Salisbury Inter over this year, and he's just ticked every box. I mean, there's not much more you can do than win all 3 titles.
Yeah, it was a big risk to uproot his family and his children and go to Spain, and it's reaping the rewards. I mean, the style of play that Inter have is superb, and, Simon Catanzaro, no small part of that at all. Well, Inter fans, here's the moment. They're about to be presented with the trophies. Your 2021 Women's National Premier League champions. And none other than the Premiers and the Cup winners as well. Salisbury Inter, ladies and gentlemen, complete a historic treble. An amazing feat, an amazing season, and here they come. And aren't they ecstatic? Commiserations to West Adelaide. Congratulations to Salisbury Inter. And I tell you what, Paul, there is one player that I just want to shout out to. She was immense today for West, and she's bitterly disappointed, and that's Nicole Tilley. As we lap in these scenes, you got to feel for a player of her calibre, being on the losing end so many times. They'll bounce back from this, West, but today is Salisbury Inter's day. The 2021 Women's National Premier League champions. Let's have a look how they did it. We'll get some of those replays of goals on for you in a sec, folks. And we'll relive that drama.
It's been, I've got to say, we came here, it's a great occasion, it's historic, but it's also been an absolutely magnificent game. Here's Tilly putting the first ball in, which resulted in what's probably going to be credited as an own goal to Mina Nishitani. It was a perfect start for West just within the first 2 minutes. but then a couple of corners and the pressure told at the other end. Great delivery by Nishitani, and great pressure by Calder there, allowing Emily Hazelwood to stab home the equaliser.
I felt at this point that Inter were probably lucky to be level, to be honest. I thought West were the much better team in that first half.
Agree. Well, certainly in the first 20-odd minutes, you know, West were definitely the better side. I think as the half progressed, that changed a little bit. This is a great goal by West. Look at the build-up of play. Wonderful awareness by Daru to get Tilly in. Denied the first time, back onto her right, and just thunders it inside the near post. But here we're just seeing it again. But she's one of several players in this West side who's, you know, been on the wrong end of this result in this game a few times. But gee, you know, we were talking about it. She just shows how much she's putting into it, how much it's meaning to her. You can just see it written all over Nicole Tilley. But this was a moment here. And Erin Hood, I'm not sure if she meant to dummy it, but the ball came out to Klaich, and that's just a terrific shot. She's sort of falling backwards, Klaich. You know, Hood wants it. Klaich, and she just had to squeeze it in. That's just such an accurate shot, isn't it?
Yeah, it couldn't be any closer to the post. There's nothing the keeper could have done about that one.
So we're 2-2 here, about 15 minutes to go, and we're looking like, for all money, it's gone to extra time, and then this happens. Emily Condon with the cross, and Code Rojas, the only moment of space Sienna Cavino gave her for the whole game, and she pops up with a header to win the championship for Salisbury Inter. And a player of that calibre, you just can't keep her quiet, and what a moment for Salisbury Inter. We'll go back to live pictures now. They're having a blast out here, Salisbury Inter.
I'm not quite sure I've seen this type of celebration, but yep, that's what they're doing.
Oh, Paul, I mean,
Is there a next part to this?
I've got a bit of Greek heritage, and that looked like a Zorba to me, but I'm not sure. But good on them for having a good time out there.
Yeah, they're going back the after party. Back at their rooms, starting at 6 o'clock. It's not long now. I don't think these players will get there before then. It's a bit of a drive to Salisbury, even if they got in their cars right now. I'm sure they're going to enjoy the moments at this venue. It's a great venue and just been so perfect for the occasion.
If I know Salisbury Inter, like I think I know Salisbury Inter, Paul, considering I played for their neighbours, Salisbury Florida, for many years, I reckon those club rooms are already full and the beers are already flowing. So good luck to the guys and the girls down there at Nangarry Drive. I hope you have a great night and be safe, but enjoy it. It's a big achievement.
And they've got a lot to celebrate this year.
Sure do. Laura, I guess just to sum this game up, you know, what do you take away and in what you've seen and what this was as, I guess, both a match and an occasion?
Oh, it was a great day, and it was a great game, and that's what you want to see in the grand final, is two teams go at it and it be a close one, and there has to be a winner on the day, and unfortunately for West Adelaide, that was Salisbury Inter today. But like I said before, they can definitely hold their heads high with their performance today, and it was a tough loss, but yeah, Salisbury on the whole probably edged it.
And I guess, where do we go from here? I mean, as soon as the grand final's over, we're already looking at the season ahead, etc. You know, I mean, if they keep this side together, I'm not sure that any of these players might be going. I mean, sure, you know, you've got Cote Rojas playing in A-League Women interstate, but that doesn't mean that she might not come back sort of early to mid-season-ish next year. Yeah, it's going to be hard to challenge them, but, you know, is that, you know, they've set a high bar, but do you think the teams are out there, such as, you know, your Metro, this West Side, Adelaide City, that can try to sort of, you know, upset the dominance that they've shown this season?
I think we'll all certainly try, but like I said, it'll be interesting to see what squad they come out with next year, and until we know that, then we'll see, I guess. But no, they've got a very strong squad, and if they do all manage to stick together, they'll be a tough one to beat next season.
Great images there of Rojas with a child in her arms and enjoying all of the atmosphere and lapping it up, and she's had a superb season, Code Rojas. So have Salisbury Inter, and they've set the benchmark now. And it's going to be hard to follow on from that. No team is going to want them to do it again. And what we know about the WNPL, it is a very competitive competition, one that's grown from strength to strength over the last decade, and it continues to grow. And I think today was a perfect way to complete another fantastic season of football here in South Australia, and deserved way to end the season, this game. It was a cracker, an absolute cracker from start to finish, forward and backwards, and we just never knew what was going to happen, and we are absolutely proud and privileged to be able to bring it to you today. I think we need to probably call it a day here, folks. Laura Stockdale, thank you so much for your expert commentary. It's always a pleasure having someone on the commentary who knows what they're talking about, and that's definitely you, Laura, so thank you very much. Paul Marcachetti, well done on another great year of commentary, mate. And
likewise.
And
it's nothing like us sitting here congratulating each other, but yes.
Sometimes. But truly, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that make it happen for us, and I think we'd be negligent if we didn't mention Jaden, our producer today. He's a little bit on the right. You can't see him on your screen, but he's there. He's done a superb job, and I think we need to afford a special congratulations to the media man at Football South Australia, Matt Mays, who does amazing work. He's currently on the park taking video. And
could I also mention the cameraman who's currently filming us, and I really wish he wouldn't, because we all have good faces for radio. Not you, Laura, but certainly Spiro and myself. But Peter, I don't even know your last name, but I see you every week, and you might be looking at a beautiful venue today in the sunshine and a perfect atmosphere and occasion. But believe me, on rainy nights in June and July, out at Angle Park, Peter is always there delivering quality video camera footage, and we thank you too, mate, for what you do to make this all possible.
But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, we need to thank you for your continued support of football in South Australia, for the WNPL, for the NPL, for all the competitions here, because without you, it wouldn't be possible. We hope you enjoy the off-season here in the local division. Of course, there is A-League's competitions coming up. We hope that you can continue support for Australian football through that, and join us again next season when we return for season 2022. But for now, from season 2021, it's goodbye. Congratulations to all the winners, but particularly Salisbury Inter today. Farewell and see you next season.
Welcome to Boral Connects, a new way of doing business with Boral that has been designed to improve your customer experience while saving you valuable time. We've undertaken extensive research, interviewing customers about the highs and lows of dealing with Boral concrete. Based on this feedback, we've developed some exciting new solutions that will give you greater visibility and control over your concrete orders and deliveries. Our aim is to provide you with near real-time delivery information and transparency of your concrete orders. Placing a concrete order has never been so easy. Follow the simple prompts and order your concrete at any hour of the day. Whether you're on the job site or in the office, you now have the ability to see all current and future orders online. You can now confirm or cancel your order online without having to call our service centre. You can also see when your concrete delivery will arrive on site, which trucks are in transit, when trucks are scheduled for delivery, and be notified when your first truck is leaving the plant. Electronic dockets can be accessed as soon as your truck arrives on site. All of your docket history can be found via our Dockets dashboard, giving you the option to download in bulk or individually as a PDF or CSV file. These are just a few of the exciting new features we're offering, and there's still more to come. Signing up to Boral Connects is easy. Visit boralconnects.com.au.
Every gain, an insurance claim. Every investment protected and repairer selected. Every rescue and every brand new. Every trip and travel tip. Every tradie connected and every unexpected. Every day, everything we do helps our members at home, on the road and on holidays too.
Keep on moving on.